Okay. What's going on, guys? There's no one here. There's 0 viewers. So I'm just going to kick it until someone friggin' shows up for this thing. That's what I'm going to do. Till someone shows up. Oh, I see you, 1 viewer. It says I got 1 viewer. So this is my first time trying to do this. I don't know if you can leave me a comment, Mr. or Mrs. whomever, but you should try so that we can actually communicate. You're the first viewer, if you can hear me, you're the first viewer I've ever had in a live event. This is the first time ever trying a live event. Can you read this? Can you read this? Question mark. So I feel like I just dropped a comment. And now it's you. Don't be shy. Put some down. Hit me up. I'm trying to know if you can even see this or hear this or whatever. It says I have 1 viewer. YouTube. Hey, if you're there, just know that I'm trying to figure this stuff out, and I hope you stay and hope you kick it and just leave me on until I figure out how to read your comments if you're leaving one. 2 viewers. All right, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Drop a comment somewhere. Drop a comment for me. I'm trying to find your comments. Says there's 2 people watching right now. I just have no way of knowing if you guys are able to leave me comments or not. I see you. Hey, I see you. I see you. I can see and hear you. Not sure if posting. I see you too. Hell yes. Weird. Okay. All right, all right. Perfect. Hendrix FN, Big Daddy, I can see and hear you. Thank you, guys. It's weird. I have like this Google Plus window, and now I'm on the actual video on YouTube, but the screen is black on YouTube, but your comments are posting. I guess that's all that really matters. Guess that's all that really matters. Let's see. Right, all right. Not sure if it's posting. So can you guys read what I'm writing, hopefully? I'm hoping. Hendrix and Big Daddy 1976. Dude, you guys are my favorite. You guys are my favorite because you showed up for my first unscheduled live event. Geez, it must take a while for comments to post. Yes, I'm reading that at 5:48 p.m. my time here in the West Coast. But at least they're posting, right? At least they're posting. This isn't weird. 3 isn't a crowd. We can make this work. Yes. All right. Like a 15-second delay. That's not too bad. That could be worse. That's not too bad. So what's good, Hendrix? What's good? I'm gonna write you in and say it out loud. What's good? Cool. Is there? I wonder. I mean, is the stream live though? I mean, is at least that part happening real time? Nice. Where are you from? Where are you from on the East Coast? Actually, I'd be down to hear where both of you guys are from. Oh, I know you guys can type faster than that, so there must be a delay. Oh, good. Good. That's good. The stream is live. That's good to know. Kentucky. That's badass. I have never been to Kentucky. You guys have a really good sports program. Am I tripping? Wasn't Kentucky like title bound this year? Not to bring up a really sensitive subject. How about you, Hendrix FN? Where are you from, bro? Ooh, there's 3 viewers now. Jump in, 3rd viewer. Let's get some dialogue going. Originally from Cali. Nice. I have tons of family in Cali. Love Cali. Although it's warm down there right now. Like extra warm. I'm in Florida. Oh, dope. Okay. So Hendrix is from Florida. Big Daddy's from Kentucky. How's the weather out there, boys? I'm assuming Hendrix is a boy. Originally from Cali. It's been the weirdest freaking weather here in Portland, Oregon, guys. Crazy dry. It's been like the most mild, not that I don't think you give 2 shits about the weather, but it's been the most mild year ever. Normally it rains 24/7 in Portland, Oregon, but not this year. I feel like I should be. How do most people do these Q&As? My sports. Oh, Seminoles. Okay, for sure. What are your interests? What do you like to do? I feel weird calling you Big Daddy 1976. I'll call you Big, I'll call you Big. Yeah. What do you like to do? We're not into sports. What's your thing? You too, Hendrix. It's up to us to make this live stream interesting because I am clearly way too small of a YouTuber to just randomly do a live stream. But F it. North Florida, Jacksonville. Dope. Is it hella humid down there? Or is it nice? Thunderstorms. I read it. Okay, I got to pay attention. Thunderstorms. Florida, Jacksonville. North Florida, Jackson. 60 here. All right, Big, I see you. And not warm. And Big is from Kentucky. It's cold in Kentucky. Well, it's cool, but it's cool in Kentucky. Hold on, am I getting this twisted? No, okay. Kentucky is 60. Nice. You guys just getting off work? I mean, what time is it over there? It's late. You must be off work. Sorry. It's like 5:53 here. Oh, Hendrix fan. Okay. Good call. That makes sense. I'm not good with acronyms. I suck at acronyms. I'd read everything hella literal. Just go like syllable for syllable, letter for letter. Was it like awkward when you click the, let's see, I'm a single dad from Big. I am a single dad and I have had my little girl for over 7 years. Congratulations. I raised her alone. We do a lot of swimming. Love the water. Good for you. That can't be easy. I can't imagine what that would be like for you. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Retired military. Hey, thank you for your service. That's wonderful as well. Both of you are apparently awesome. So that's a good icebreaker. It's good. It's good. Still 3 of us watching. Hey, thank you guys for clicking on this. I appreciate it. Seriously. I mean, I'm sure there are far more entertaining things to do than click a live event from little old me, but I appreciate it just so I can get a chance to see how this works. It's dope. Says there's a 3rd viewer watching, but can't seem to get said person to get involved. I should probably start watching more YouTubers' live events and see how they do it. But fuck it. Entire military. So you guys can read my comments though, right? Like when I post a comment. When I post a comment, you can read my comments, right? All right, I've got a shameful confession. I have Taylor Swift. What is it called? Problems? Bad Blood. I've got a Taylor Swift song hella stuck in my head. Brian Tina, what's up, Brian? Welcome. Hendrix fan, used to be on Paxil and benzos, had to quit that noise. Yeah, dude, the Paxil can work for some people. Other people it can not so much. But benzos can be, that's scary. Benzos freak me out. Yes, Brian Tinio, my bad if I say that wrong. I am getting your comment. I can read all the comments. This is tight. 4 of us here. Badass. 76. I'm gonna have to quit. I feel like this like weird pressure. Like I need to like do something to entertain you guys. I'm not like I don't usually feel uncomfortable or awkward, but I think that's something I was always afraid of when it came to live events, because imagine if you're just like a monster YouTuber, you know, comments would just come in so fast. You can just go comment to comment to comment, you know, read through them. But in my stage of the game, I feel like there's a lot of idle time. People are just going to be like sitting there, and I'm going to have to try to figure out how to make this worth your time. 5 watching now. Well, there's 5 of us. There's 5 of us. Can I get a fuck yeah? Someone type fuck yeah in the comments. My little brother would get a kick out of this if he were here. He's at a math tutor right now. All right, so what do you guys want to see? I'll put it in your guys', nah, man, relax. How can I make this worth your while, though? Would you like me to talk about something? Shall I just keep it low-key? Obviously, if you have questions, just ask a question and I will answer it. All right, Brian. Other people already said where they're from, bro. You're up. Where are you from? Hey, I'm here. That's awesome. But Brian, where are you from, man? And same to you, double X pause. Where are you from? No. Don't be silly. Here we go. I am off the sauce. This is Source Perrier pink grapefruit flavored water, carbonated water. Ooh, it's a product of France. Perrier, yeah, dog. Perrier. No beer for Big No. CT. I should be able to do that. Is that Cincinnati? No. Must be. Oh. Connecticut. Okay. I dated a girl who went to the University of Connecticut back in the day. If that's worth anything. Okay. So we got Connecticut in the house. We've got Long Island, New York. Oh, just filled with jealousy. I've got like typical never been to New York tourist like burning energy for like traveling to New York. So you're in the Big Apple right now. That's tight. Do you like living in New York? Is it as expensive as it appears to be? Or does it not feel that way? Probably asking way too many questions at once. So Connecticut in the house, New York's in the house, got Kentucky in the house, Florida, 9 people watching. Hell yeah. Dude, this is a group hangout. This is a live event. So everybody watching should be commenting. Get in on this stuff. MCS, Stefan Hip Hop. What's up, man? Just started watching your stuff. It's been helping with my DP a little. Hey, man. God. At least it's helping a little. At least it's helping a little. My hope when it comes to depersonalization is just that people know they're not by themselves. That, to me, is like a win. Just know that you're not alone. I'm just glad I could help at all. You reaching out helps me too, by the way, big time. So I'm glad you're here. Nate Graham, Detroit, Michigan here. What up, Nate? Your other stuff is inspirational. Thank you, Double X Pause. I appreciate that. Hendrix fan, how made you look? Grace White, Georgia is represented here. Grace White from Georgia. Grace from Georgia. Virginia, bro. Damn. Like my East Coast people. Well, East. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking, but I don't see any West Coast people here right now. Chicago, Windy City. I go to the city in Queens every weekend. It's all good. Badass. Nice. All right. I'll call 11 people being here a success. I'm down. I'm looking at comments, by the way, not to patronize anyone, but like my face is turned to look at the comments. I stream this shit in black and white because the white balance on this computer, on this like monitor or whatever, it makes my skin look purple, which is freaky. I go to the city in Queens every weekend. Oh, we lost one. I don't blame anyone. I don't blame you for leaving. It's okay. Couldn't stay forever. Could have said bye though. Oh, 12 people watching. All right. You are so handsome. Thank you, Kelly. Brian, love watching your workout vids before hitting the gym. Yeah, dude, I need to get back into that. I injured myself and I couldn't really lift for the last like 6 weeks, and I gained a little bit of fluff back and feel like I lost some strength, but I feel like I need to have like a weekly workout video. You game for that, Brian? Like, does that make sense? It's one of those things I struggle with on this channel is what content should be consistent content. So much of my stuff probably appears extremely random. Ladies arrived. Time for the guys to leave. Oh, come on now. Don't be saying that, Hendrix. I think we got 2 ladies here, Grace and Kelly, kicking it. Fellas. We fellas and ladies, we're all team. We're all team. We can all live stream together. Ladies arrived. I'm just so glad you guys are here. Great timing. Fabian Ruiz! What's up, dude? Hella good to see you. You're like local legend around this channel, Fabian, because I feel like you've been reaching out for a hell of a long time. So I appreciate it. I know you're kidding, Hendrix. Oh, I was just talking about Jimi Hendrix, by the way, because I think he's one of those guys that's like one of those creative geniuses that passed away at age 27. On a random note. Fabian, bro, where are you from? Where are you from? That is the question. If anyone's watching that hasn't answered that, I like knowing where you guys are from. I think that's really cool. So make sure you tell me where you're from. That way I can like plot you on my little internal map. You guys like this office is hella messy right now, huh? Here, let's. How rude of me. I've got guests and I've got like dirty hampers and shit. All right, let me make this more presentable. Got my slides. Oh. I'm kidding. Yo, what's up? Easy now. Brian Tino, hey, actually, can you do more shoulder workouts when you start hitting the gym again? I'm hitting the gym again. I'm going tonight. That's my weak spot. I ran out of ideas. I mean, shit, there's only so many ways you can hit the shoulders, but I'd be happy to. We can do that tonight. Double X pause. I'm looking to get into YouTube again. What advice do you have considering you have 16K subs? How did you grow your channel? Singapore. Okay, I need to stay focused. Someone asked a question. Questions are great, by the way. I love questions. They make it really easy for me to know what to say in these sort of situations. So I'm going to answer this one. Looking to get into YouTube again. What advice do you have considering you have 16K subs? How did you grow your channel? I think if you've ever looked up advice on starting and growing a YouTube channel, certain things sort of, they get repeated. One is to figure out what your content is going to be and how it's going to be in some way, shape, or form unique. You know, like if you're going to be a fitness YouTuber, how are you going to set yourself apart? And then aside from figuring out what your niche is going to be, I think it's just really important to have like realistic expectations. You know, with realistic expectations of what you expect to get out of it. The first like few months, nobody watched any of my videos and I didn't care. You know, it was all good. I just wanted to make them. So I would say make sure that you have a really legitimate idea of what you want to do. Be consistent. Learn how to record video, edit video, and release it with decent quality. And then be consistent and just try to have as much fun and adapt. I'm still learning. I feel like I could be a much better YouTuber. I really, really do. I feel like I have good intentions and I do all right, but I'm borderline like a lazy YouTuber and I should definitely do more and be better. But I obsess all the time, like how can I make this channel better? I feel like I'm really flabbergasted all of a sudden. I can't think of what to say. But I think it's a really beautiful thing. You should do it. And thank you for the question. Just be consistent and be yourself. Figure out your camera presence. That's a huge one. Mr. Brian, I'm from Singapore. Nice. Meeting with Matt. You're awesome, man. No, you are awesome. Easy X now from England. So jealous. My girlfriend, don't tell her I said that. My fiance wants to go to England so bad. De La Soul from Seoul, Korea. I'm from Seoul, Korea. That's cool. I like the play on words there. I've never been. My brother-in-law goes there for business all the time. All right, peace out, MC Stefan. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. Fabian Luis. I'm from Tijuana. Really? That's awesome. I mean, where in TJ do you live? Like, I've got family in San Diego. I've always wanted to go to TJ, but I've heard some sketchy things about Tijuana, so no offense. Y por eso no he viajado a Tijuana. Mr. Brian, there's so much people from everywhere. Yes, there really are. I love it. Mexico. Oh, I know it's Mexico. Fik. Let me ask you this, bro. How long did it take for you to notice changes from test supplementation? I tried for maybe 6 months, which brought me into the normal zone, but I didn't notice any changes. Well, I mean, if it brought you into the normal zone, oh, you mean like your numbers. Okay, I'm assuming you mean it brought your test numbers into the normal zone. I mean, how long did it take for me to notice any changes? I feel like I've said this before in my videos, and I don't mean that to be rude. I just mean 6 weeks. 6 weeks for me, I started to notice energy differences, and I was sleeping a little bit better. And believe it or not, my anxiety went down a little bit. But I swear it was like one of those compounding things for testosterone replacement therapy. Like every month built on the previous month. And a lot of it had to do with figuring out what I needed, how much I needed, the frequency, keeping my estrogen in check, and what other factors? I mean, I was hypothyroidism. I didn't say that right. Yeah, I have hypothyroidism. Anyway, and I didn't have that in check either. So I just feel a lot better on month 8 than I did on month 6. But there are some people that didn't get a lot out of it. I've heard that enough times to believe it. You know, and I would just keep investigating. But see, so are you off it now? Is that my question? Kelly Varda. Oh, I got a West Coast girl in the house. Okay. I like that. I'm just north of you. Grace White, would you be comfortable talking more about your experiences when you were suicidal and were hospitalized? I mean, it's really funny you should bring that up. I just recorded a video talking about, Grace White asks, would you be comfortable talking about your experience when you're suicidal? Yeah, part of me just wonders how much to talk about that on this channel. I don't want to like overwhelm anybody. I'm not acting like anyone pays that close attention, but I worry sometimes that maybe I'm just a little too much of a downer on this channel. So I try not to over speak about it. But I did record a video yesterday going over my experience being hospitalized when I was suicidal. So I want, if you're willing, I hope you can wait for that video. I'm going to release it tomorrow. And it goes into detail about my experience being suicidal and what it was like to be in a psychiatric lockdown situation. Give me rabies from Honolulu with oh, nice, and a very nice username. It gives me an Old Yeller vibe. And aloha from Honolulu. My parents were just in Maui. I don't know if you guys rival. Double X pause. Thanks for your advice. Yeah, of course. Of course, it's my pleasure. Matster, how to improve sleep quality. I mean, some of the things that have worked for me. Sleep is one of those things. Like I can get really good sleep when I do right by myself, and I can get really shitty sleep when I kind of veer from what I know to be useful. You know, so a couple of the main things they say that make a lot of sense for sleep, like screens. Turn this shit off an hour before bed. Try to go to bed at a reasonable time and a consistent time each day, because your body has a better chance of utilizing the natural melatonin production. And we like patterns. You know, like what do they say? Sleep is cyclical. So turn off your screen. Don't eat too much before bed. That makes sense for me. And then try to go to bed at the same time and try to get up at the same time. When I'm doing those things, I sleep better. But there's so much good information. 23 of us now? Fuck yeah. That's awesome. Matt, sir, how do you improve? Okay. De La Soul, do you ever plan on doing a powerlifting meet or a bodybuilding show because you're very strong? Oh, man, those are both bucket list things for me. I'm more interested in doing the powerlifting than the bodybuilding. I really struggle with the discipline of the diet, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed. I would love to do a powerlifting meet, though. I think that'd be amazing. And I just feel like it'd be a really good experience to do a bodybuilding show. I just think I'd get my ass handed to me, but I would like to. Jeremy Fresno, what's up? Coming from Cali. What up, man? What is going on? Glad you're here. Full board Daniel. What up, though, Daniel? You've been loyal subscriber. Good to see you. This is hilarious. I was just saying I was going to do a live show for the first time, but this looks good. Yeah, dude, you should. You should. I mean, it's kind of nerve-wracking when you start because you don't know if anyone's going to watch or who's going to watch, but I'm enjoying this. I don't know. I can't imagine it's terribly entertaining for you guys, but it's definitely a good time for me. So that's worth something, right? Jeremy Fresno, hey, no, are you still on an SNRI? I am not on an SNRI, which is an antidepressant, serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor. Is that what it is? What would be an SNRI? Would that be like a Effexor? I have not been on any type of mood med, psych med for couple years now. Basically, ever since I got on my testosterone replacement therapy, they started weaning me off of the medications I was taking, such as I think I was on nortriptaline, Lamictal. I think that's an antipsychotic. No, the answer is no, not anymore. Mr. Brian, have you tried other peptides? Like, I've never tried any peptides. I've never veered outside of the testosterone sapienate itself. Too afraid to go down that road. Curious, but too afraid. I'm going to say your name wrong. This where the roids are at. Kiergaard, how are you, sir? How are you? It's really, really good to see your face right here. I miss you. I miss seeing you in the comments. I need to come up with more interesting content, clearly, to get you to share your wisdom with us. But yeah, this is where the roids at. You know, I got all that. I got all that info, but I'm gonna keep it till later. I can't just share that shit now. Thick. Sorry, dude. I gave up the TRT and decided to focus on weight loss. That's a beautiful thing. That'll help. I know my obesity is likely causing my low T. Hopefully my levels go back to normal as I lose weight. I really think that will help. Like, without a doubt, that will help. You know, when I started losing weight, and because I got up to 246, I'm kind of around like 228, 229 right now. When I started losing weight, my E2 levels, my estrogen levels went down, and I don't think it's coincidence that on my last blood draw, suddenly my free and total testosterone was so much fucking higher. I don't think that's any coincidence whatsoever, which is why I ended up lowering my dose. I think that's a great idea. You should do it and keep me posted if you want. Joe Tito, what are some of the game changers for your DPDR? Just had a few months of bad anxiety for medication, and my DPDR is in overdrive, looking for ways to break the pattern. I think for me, it was like respecting and understanding the correlation between my anxiety and my depersonalization, making living an anxious-free life my #1 priority, because usually they're comorbid. So if your anxiety is high, you probably know this, your depersonalization will be high. So I think it's just dedicating yourself to learning how to stay calm. So mindfulness practices, relaxation techniques, really good patterns and rituals each day, self-care, stuff like that. Basic stuff from making the bed to more complex stuff that you might learn from a therapist or a counselor of some sort. Treat your anxiety like the #1 cause of your depersonalization, and you'll usually find that you can settle the two. But it's not quite that simple for everyone. I just think people downplay that for some reason. You know, they separate them as if helping one wouldn't help the other. Does that make sense? Sorry you're in pain, though. Fuck DPDR. It's really awful. Mattster, your thoughts on sushi? I love sushi. I think sushi is the greatest food ever. I think I said in my last Q&A, which not a lot of people watch because I don't know. Q&As don't do that well on this channel. But anyway, that sounded really self-loathing. I apologize. But I love sushi. I think sushi is amazing. I might have to go get some sushi later. Rob S., did you have short-term memory problems with depersonalization? Dude, I have had crazy short-term memory problems, period, since I had my breakdown. Like, it's insane. It's fucking crazy to me how poor my memory is now in terms of short-term. Long-term memory, fine. But my fiance, my friends, family, they've noticed it too. Since I became depressed, everything got worse. Everything got worse in terms of my ability to retain short-term memory. And to this day, I have not fully recovered. Don't let that shit scare you, but just know that you're in good company if you struggle with that. Serotonin, norepinephrine, reuptake inhibitor. Yeah, Kierkegaard. How do I, oh God, I was about to say, how do I say your name? You should spell it out phonetically for me. Please. And double X pause. Okay, last question. You can ask as many questions as you want. I'm just grateful you're here. What do your family and friends think about your YouTube channel? They're incredibly supportive. My friends and family are incredibly supportive. You know, I don't share my videos on my Facebook. I keep it really private. But I get surprised sometimes how many people in my immediate circle watch my videos and have seen my videos. But usually, you know, my like viewers, people like you watching, you guys know more about me than a lot of my closest friends and family because we don't necessarily talk about these things, you know. But the general support is incredible. Most people just can't believe that so many people watch my videos. And I mean that relatively speaking. I don't think I'm hot shit. I don't think this is a big channel. I just mean, I think they're surprised that I have developed even the community I have, and they just think it's really interesting and cool. Not a lot of them are down to be on camera or anything like that, but people are crazy nice about it. And it makes me feel good. Hendrix fan, sorry I disconnected. Yeah, you should be sorry. There's no leaving. This is like the Thunderdome. Like once you fucking join this live event, I'm going to be moderately upset if you ever disconnect. Like if I'm here for 5 hours, I expect at least 4 hours and 55 minutes of your time. And I don't think that's unreasonable. I don't think that's me being selfish. I just think that's basic. What's the word? I think that's basic, fundamental manners. So, but you've made amends, and I appreciate you being back. Where am I? Giving me rabies. That's the funniest name. Just wanted to stop by and say thanks. Your videos have helped me a lot. Keep up the great work. Thanks, dude. Or miss. I'm assuming it's a dude. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. You supporting the channel, you watching, commenting. It's like one of the brightest parts of my whole life. So thank you. Maiden Forever 95. Ooh, we got some young blood in the comment section. Relatively young blood. What am I trying to say? You're 20. Never mind. Why black and white? I just think black and white looks tighter. I don't know. I think plus the white balance makes my skin look purple because I have a light on me right here, and then I'm in front of a window. So I just thought black and white looked doper, for lack of better words. Full board Daniel, I found a big bin of hundreds of pro wrestling magazines, so I was going to do a live show of me looking through them for the first time because they were my brothers, but they are in wicked good condition. Pro wrestling like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Lex Luthor, Goldberg, you know, Andre the Giant, Brock Lesnar, pro wrestling. Do it. Fuck it. I bet you there's got to be people out there that are interested in that stuff. Do it. It's just fun. I would have been pumped. There's 28 people right now. Now, you might be joining and being like, oh shit, there's only 29. There's only 29 people watching right now. But when I see it, I think of 29 people just like kicking it. And that's a lot of effing people. So, you know, if 2 people had shown up for this live event, which I didn't schedule, then I would have been pimped out. That was not the right word. That's not what I meant to say. I would have been happy. I would have been stoked. So in so many words, you know, just do it. I need to go faster. I'm falling behind. Okay, guys, I'm going to speed up. Kierkegaard. You probably are like, no, dude, you're still not phonetically sounding this out right. Kierkegaard. All right, cool. You guys probably think I sound crazy. I'm just trying to know how to say my man's name, who's a dedicated viewer and a homie. Madster, thoughts on paleo primal, if it fits your macro eating? Man, I think if you're one of those people that can be hella disciplined, then try it. I like most things in life. My experience is if you don't try it, unless it's something really dangerous, I'm not saying try everything, but unless it's really dangerous, you should just try it and see if it works for you. I think if it fits your macros is really great for people that can be reasonable with their added sugar intake and their white carbs, simple carbs, stuff like that. People like me, I get one taste of a ho-ho and I go and buy like a half gallon of Tillamook ice cream. And then I drown myself in sugar and I wake up the next day with a food hangover like, what the fuck happened? So if it fits your macro, it doesn't work for me. But I think it's a really reasonable thing for a lot of people. I just have a really addictive personality, so it doesn't work for me. Kierkegaard. All right, we're back on it. Rob S. I had no idea if short-term memory problems were common with DP. I have it really bad, and I'm always convincing myself into thinking I have a brain tumor, some sort of disease, illness. Oh, the cycle. Trust me, I know that cycle. Fuck that cycle. Catastrophizing, that's not unique to you or me or basically anybody. That's a universal thing. I think just people that have mood disorders, we catastrophize and obsess over things like that more than the average person. One thing I do know is that obsessing over what's causing really, I may as well be speaking to myself on this, but in my experience, obsessing over what's causing what does not keep you in the solution. It just has you sinking further into the sands of the problem, and which, of course, as you know, it's going to make your depersonalization worse. But I'm not trying to patronize you. It is a vicious cycle. It's Jake. Oh, whoa, where'd you go? Jake Arsenault, you're my Lord and Savior. That's scary. If I'm your Lord and Savior, then we're all in a lot of trouble. I'm assuming you're joking. Hendrix fan, nice. Yeah. Kierkegaard, there you go. Short-term memory is a big correlate with depression because depression, dude. Okay, guys. Anytime Kierkegaard writes something in the comments, you can trust that it's he's got clinical experience. This is an educated man. This is not a random. Not that there's anything wrong with being random, but this guy knows what he's talking about. He has the big no-no stamp of approval, which is not worth much on the streets, but I think the value is rising. If I was a stock, you'd see I was up a couple points per month. He's got good information. Ellie, I'm sorry, Ellie. Love this channel. Can you talk about how lifting has made you more mentally strong in life? I just think lifting takes discipline. I mean, building muscle, whether you build a lot of muscle, a little muscle, it takes discipline. You have to plan for it. You can't just arbitrarily gain it usually. So I think being able to execute any type of plan that leads to the betterment of your body is a direct reflection on yourself. It's a direct reflection on your ability to take action and affect change. So it's just giving me a sense of control because, I feel powerless so often, but I don't when I'm in the gym. I'm injured right now and I'm trying to rehab my back, and I had this chest issue that I'm not going to bitch and complain, but I'll leave it at that. Kierkegaard, TOT beefs up the hippocampus, I think. I think you're right. Maiden Forever, LOL, LMAO is my response to that. Jeremy Pimentel, hey man, you really helped me get over my depersonalization. I feel about 95% better. Dude, that's fucking amazing. I'm so happy for you, and I really mean that, like, sincerely. I'm so incredibly happy for you. I appreciate you sharing that. You reaching out, it helps my depersonalization. It helps me more than you know. So thank you. Thank you for saying that. Nate Graham, have you had any issues with zoning out, feeling mentally tired from, of course, everybody has issues zoning out and feeling mentally tired from just lifestyle choices and maybe unseen underlying issues. But if you've got DPDR, then that is a universal cry. And I'm sorry that you're going through it. Control what you can, it gets better. It really does. Ooh, Full Board Daniel, oh yeah. Fabian Ruiz, hermano, no harm done. But, well, it's a nice place. It's next to the border, so if they come here, tell them to go to La Revolucion. Next time I'm down there, I'll tell them. Love pro wrestling. Full Board Daniel. Dude, I loved pro wrestling when I was a kid. That's for sure. If it makes you happy, that's wonderful. UK personnel, hi. What's up? What up, UK? Connor Sage. Meow. Okay, that's funny. Kierkegaard, nailed it. Seriously, thank you. Smoogle510, huge fan. That sounds so weird. Hearing someone say they're a fan, I feel like that's like the weirdest thing. That's just the weirdest thing to hear. A fan. Like, I don't ever tell people, like, when people ask how many subscribers I have or how many people watch my videos, I'm like, oh, I have this many viewers, followers. I never say the word fan because I just feel like elitist about it. I think it just makes me feel weird. You didn't ask, but suddenly clearly this is on my heart, right? I have to say it. Are you familiar with that feeling, to go back to your question? Are you familiar with that feeling where you get kind of lost in thought and have this totally overwhelming sense of hopelessness? Yeah, stomach starts feeling bad and you start to feel sick, etc. That, my friend, is anxiety, is what it sounds like. Future tripping, I've already said it in this live stream. Catastrophizing, I have absolutely felt that. I don't know if you specifically suffer from anxiety or depression. Maybe you're just having a rough time or you're just being human, but that's a human condition and it's uncomfortable, and I felt it, and I don't feel it much anymore, for whatever that's worth. Maiden Forever 95, do you drink coffee on a regular basis? I do. I drink 1 cup a day in the morning, and it's one of those things that I feel like I should get rid of. I really do. But I don't know. I struggle to let go of it. If my anxiety is overly ramped up, then I cut off or cut back. Like when I first got hella depressed and severely anxious, I just stopped. And I knew that was necessary, but the answer is yes. Do you guys notice that I psychobabble the shit out of all these questions? If any of you are like waiting for me to get to yours, like, let's go, bro. Madster, how do I grow such manly chest hair like me? I can't tell you that. I can't fucking tell you that. And in fact, I'm resentful that you asked. If I gave you that secret, then we'd have Wolverine everywhere. And I'm losing it up here. So I need this, whatever keeps this so rugged and manly. That's for me to know. I'm not going there. Just can't. Ellie Burdett. Also, who do you look up to in the fitness industry? Any YouTube fitness personalities you watch? I look up to humble people. So I look up to people that look like they would treat others kindly and with respect, regardless of the person, you know? So that sounded so, what's the word? That sounded so corny, but who do I look up to? I really like Bryce Lewis. He's a power lifter. I think he's awesome. Christian Guzman seems like a really good guy, and holy shit, is he popular. I mean, who else do I look up to in the fitness community? I feel like what's his name? You know that one guy? I feel like that one guy's pretty dope. He's blowing up right now. What is his name? How about this? I'll just say that I'm subscribed to a lot of the cliche standard people. Max Tuning for powerlifting. Ogus. I think Ogus seems like a good guy. For just like raw information, though, I really do like Bryce Lewis. I wish he posted more on powerlifting. But I'm inspired by anyone that dedicates themselves. Ulysses World, Ulysses Jr., Simeon Panda. You know, I watch Mark Loblinder too. I think that guy's awesome. So anyway, I need to think about it more, but I don't want to go searching to see who I follow at the moment. Okay. Kierkegaard, obsessing comment equals good stuff. Yeah. TMC 14121. Sup, Noah? No. Been watching you for about a year, and you helped me through some tough times, bro. Thank you for your support. I'm glad I could offer you any support at all. Know that I get more out of you guys watching than I could ever hope to give you. But thank you for sharing that. Barman bodybuilding, what up though? That's good, dude. Kierkegaard, oh Noah, blush. I know, right? You guys can't tell, but these cheeks are red. I'm just like happy. This is fun. I like this. I should do this shit more often. Gold Killer. So you're getting close to a year sober. Yes, that's awesome. I'll have 9 months. I'll have 9 months later this month. Congratulations on the 9 months. That's wonderful. That's really beautiful. I'm really grateful and just proud that I have the time that I have. I'm just doing my best to take the direction others are giving me that have been there before me. But I'm excited for the year. I'm low-key nervous. Because you hear all these stories about people getting squeamish right before they take a year. But it's exciting. I never thought I wouldn't. It's hard to believe that I'm still sober, but I'm really glad. Jake Arsenault. You remind me of an actor, but I can't think of the name. Thank you. Jake Arsenault. This may be a stupid question. No such thing. But let's continue. But is DPDR always related to anxiety or some sort of mental illness? It's usually comorbid with anxiety and depersonalization. There are documented cases where it's just specifically depersonalization, but so many of the symptoms of depression and anxiety can just, you could attach them to it. You know, a lot of it's very similar, but the physical sensations, I know that there are isolated events, but anything that gets you into more mood, it's easy to kind of peg it as a Rob S. Sorry for all the DP questions. Don't be sorry. I think I clearly need to talk more about depersonalization on this channel because it comes up a lot in comments as well. Thank you. Do or did you ever fear psychosis, severe mental illness developing from depersonalization? I know it's irrational. How do I go about getting over that fear? Man, you just challenge it. You just challenge that fear and you question the reasoning and the logic behind it because that was a deep fear of mine, but I think that's a deep fear of anyone battling mood disorders, severe ones, depersonalization. You think you're going crazy. I'm sure you've heard this cliche expression before, but crazy people don't know that they're going crazy. You know, the fact that you can intuitively process that you think it sounds illogical, that's your inner truth telling you what's what. Okay, so I don't know how to get over that fear, but I think the best thing you can do is just reach out for support, see what you can do to help someone else, and just educate yourself and stay in action. Try not to isolate, try not to obsess, but these are overly simplistic suggestions. Just know that that shit is normal. Way normal. Kierkegaard, look at you, super involved. Noah, when you say you've been better the last 5 weeks, congrats. Does this include DPDR? Yeah, it includes absolutely everything right now. I feel like this is easily the most stable I've ever been. And I get nervous saying that out loud because I don't want it to go away. But this is all fronts of my mental health are looking very, very promising right now, including depersonalization. Now, is it going to last? I don't know. I try not to obsess. De La Soul, have you ever tried marijuana for relaxation or during anxiety? When you first had depression, did you try to self-medicate rather than telling someone or going to the doctor? I know I did. Yeah, I never really liked smoking weed. I mean, everyone I know basically smokes weed, I mean, in my personal life. But I don't. And I did when I was a kid, but it made me feel anxious. I was one of those people that would smoke and just get hella paranoid and panicky. So I just associated that with something I was not going to do. Now, knowing what I know when it comes to mood disorders and drugs and alcohol and how that works for some people, you know, weed is one of the biggest triggers for depersonalization. It really is. Even experienced pot smokers have episodes start from smoking weed. So that shit's just too scary. Now, alcohol, on the other hand, I self-medicated the shit out of myself drinking. That's my baby. That's my go-to. That's my escape. When I'm having a rough time, I want to drink. When I'm doing well, I want to drink. When I want to escape, when I want to celebrate, it doesn't matter. Drinking. Self-medicated the shit out of myself. I'm speaking so eloquently right now. That was my thing. And I've learned to deal with it other ways. I still try to escape, though. Usually ends up being food. Where we at, though? Optrix Industries. Scooby? Like, do you think I sound like Scooby the YouTuber? Or like Scooby? Like, hey, Raggy! Oh, God. I'm just making an ass out of myself. No, I'm Scooby's long-lost kid. I'm coming, though. Brian Tino, you're still here. What up, though? Have you tried Celexa? That's what I use and it helped greatly. My mood got better. My social anxiety went went away almost completely. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I did not try Celexa. The medications they tried me on were Wellbutrin, Effexor, Cymbalta. I may have tried Paxil. I just don't think I ever tried Celexa. But I'm really glad it worked for you. You know, medications can be a wonderful thing for some people. And if they're working for you, that's awesome. Made in Forever 95. Marijuana caused my mental issues and DP years ago. Yeah, that exactly. Weed is a risky thing. I don't judge anyone that smokes weed. Again, I know a lot of people I adore. They smoke weed all the time, and I love them all the same. But I certainly would not tell anyone battling mood disorders to lean on drugs and alcohol, without the express written consent and care of a physician. That's like my cheesy stamp of caution, just because there are risks. Bad things happen, but that's a worm. What do you call it? That's like opening a can of worms with that comment, because I can think of a million. I know a lot of people that have been messed up from psych meds as well. That's all I'm trying to say. You just got to be careful. Artistic amnesia. Hey, glad you're here. Can TRT make depression worse? If you, I struggle to believe anything's possible, but I struggle to believe that TRT, if administered properly and if blood work was being monitored carefully, would make you worse if it stayed in the regular range and then didn't affect and alter too many other things, such as your PSA, for example, or your E2, or your FSA or your PSH, stuff like that. If everything's in harmony, and you're around your equilibrium, I don't like to think that it would make it worse, but I can't speak on everyone. And I've heard some people say they've got on TRT and they just got worse. So it happens. But I've just heard so many more people say it's made a positive difference. Optrix Industries. Elliot Hulse. Dude, I wish I were Elliot Hulse. Although that guy seems so incredibly deep and prophetic that I think he works himself into a corner mentally and emotionally because he's so philosophical, you know, and he's so deep and he's so knowledgeable. He knows too much, but he's an incredible man. I adore that guy. I'd love to meet him someday. Made in Forever, triggered, right? Joe Tito, looks like someone got a new MacBook. Yeah, this is actually my Thunderbolt display connect to my Mac Pro. So my desktop Mac. I actually don't have a new MacBook, but I do have a MacBook. It's just older. Artistic amnesia. I'm crazy. 4 out of 5 of the voices in my head tell me so. I think you're trying to make a joke, and I think we're all crazy to just join on. Fabian Ruiz, that's a based survey. Did you mean to say bias? Fabian is from Tijuana. But let's move on. Bisu Tenshi. You know the part of the brain that stimulates your mind? Your reactive function part of the brain. With clinical depression, it overwhelms that part, and all the little things become a big problem. I don't exactly know what specific part of the brain you're talking about. Your reactive function. It makes sense though. It sounds spot on. Made in Forever, yes, got it. I'd have to go back. Triggered. Yeah. Rob S. I think a lot of my DP anxiety could be thyroid hormone problems. I even have an abnormally fast heartbeat because of it. I'm sorry to hear that. It's stressful. Hope my doctors don't think I'm too young for a hormone thyroid problem. Trust me. Some people are little kids. They're children born with thyroid and hormone problems that have to. I knew a kid named Aaron. I was about to give away his last name, but I didn't. Not that it really matters, but this kid named Aaron had to be on growth hormone and other hormone supplements, treatments, or whatever from the time he was a little kid. Like he had to be on these things at the age of like 4. So don't let age dictate whether you need help or not. That's for sure. For Serb, 1 AAA. Hi, man. Greetings from far Serbia. Hey, greetings. You are a long way away from me. We are worlds apart, but I'm really glad you're here. And thanks for the greetings. Snowflake Angel, that's an incredibly sweet username. Hey, Noah, I have so many health issues, and I can't stand them anymore. On 8/15/12, I found out I have fibromyalgia. I'm so sorry. All 18 points. Been on so many meds, it only made me gain weight. And then I'm going to part 2. And then I was told I suffer severe PTSD, severe anxiety, severe panic. And I also found out I'm bipolar. There is a 1 and a 2, and I am 2. Sorry if I shared too much. Just wondering your thoughts, as me and medications don't get along at all. Man, you know that, I'm sure you know, without knowing you, without having any professional clinical background, only thing I can tell you is that I'm sorry you're suffering, and that I would be damned if someone told me that no one has ever been through what you're going through and survived, you know, and overcome. So that might seem like a cop-out to you, and that might seem like bullshit, but I just want you to know that I believe that if you keep searching, whether it be Western medicine or alternative medicines or Eastern medicine or whatever therapy, whatever, something out there is going to help you. And I know that doesn't help you right now, but I just want you to know that I believe you can overcome this and manage it and have a life worth living. And maybe that sounds too cheesy for your liking, but I just believe that when someone reaches out and they're clearly suffering and you've been through more than you deserve, you know, and says, what do? I just tell them to keep fighting and don't give up. And you're going to save someone's life someday with your courage and your bravery. And I mean that. Denise M. Rob S. I have a thyroid problem with DPDR. Could that really have something to do with it? I never thought about that. Of course, thyroid problems can affect DPDR. Anything out of whack, hormone, whatever, that can affect depersonalization. Brian, yeah, the Selects and testosterone together changed my life over the past 4 years. Dope. The person I was 4 years ago is definitely not who I am today. I feel the exact same way. Fucking awesome, man. Bisu, maybe it's just Isu. Is the B silent? Isu Tenshi. If that makes any sense to you, it's the mental part of the brain. Oh, I see. And there's something that can help you out with that called the morning ritual, which helps you control your rationalization. Dope. I'll look into it. Easy now. It's the uppercase and lowercase, and I have trouble reading it. Easy X now. Respect to you. No, I'm off to bed. It's nearly 3 a.m. Good night. Good night, dude. Or good night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a part. Connor says, yep, I should be asleep too, but Noah, too pretty to turn my bed. Okay, well, thank you. Go to bed. Sounds like you need to go to bed. Biased, yeah. Oh, yes, I'm sure people are biased of TJ, dude. I'm sorry. I probably said some shit you're tired of hearing. I apologize. There's beauty everywhere in this world, and there's ugly everywhere in this world. So respect to where you're from. Since you, for example, if you say something to yourself enough times, you'll start to believe it. In that theory, you have to use your emotions and embody your emotions, calling out what you want to believe in. Yeah, that makes sense. Mindfulness practices. Arthur Renee, what's up, dude? You're responding to someone else. Oh, yeah, me too. My parents always said, you'll never be the same after doing drugs. I thought it was all bullshit, but now I fully understand. Fuck cannabis. Yeah, Arthur's just another one of those dudes who had a bad experience, and he had an unusual reaction, and it sparked a big part of his misery right now, mood disorder. Nate Graham, I'm headed out now, but just wanted to let you know how much of an inspiration you are. Nah, your videos are so helpful and comforting. Keep up the good work and stay strong, everyone. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate that. It's really, really nice of you. I'm really glad I can just be on here, and you guys are here, and we're all together. Thank you. Peace and Tenji, let me know if that makes any sense. If I'm not talking crazy, I'm not good at explaining things. No, dude, you're explaining things great. You're explaining things great. And it's just, I'm trying to keep moving, but thank you for sharing all that. It doesn't make you sound crazy. Kierkegaard, what would you say to your severely suicidal self from years ago when things were worse, knowing what you do now? Probably, that's an incredibly loaded and deep question. But I would probably just tell myself to be brave. I tell myself what I tell a lot of people on here when they reach out to me, and that's just to stay in the moment, to take it one day, 1 hour, 1 minute at a time. Don't make affirmative and set decisions on the future that you can't truly predict or understand. I'd acknowledge my pain and suffering, and I'd let me know that I believed with all my heart and soul that I was going to be okay, and that I was strong enough to handle what I was going through. Even though what I was going through felt like too much to bear, I would reinforce that I could handle it. I really, really could. And that one day I wouldn't care anymore about the pain and suffering. I would just be able to experience light again. And then I'd ask myself if myself believed that I believe. And I would just repeat myself over and over again. And I'd see myself through it like a lot of people saw me through it. I'm sure I could think of more to say, but I can't right now. Snowflake Angel, thanks. And yeah, I've been on YouTube over 3 years, old channel. In March, made a new channel, which is one that I am on now. Thanks for your sweet words. I'll look for you. I'll look for you. TNC 14121. Hey Noah, when it gets really bad and you're having one of those suicidal episodes, what do you do right away to cope? Do you distract yourself? If so, what types of distraction? I use video games to cope. Yeah, I think video games can be a really good way to stay outside of your own head. I think I use video games in the sense that I like play on games on my phone. But what do I do to cope immediately? I just surround myself with level-minded people, stable people, people that can reassure me, can positively reinforce me, and I keep myself from isolating no matter what. I just up everything you're supposed to be doing between eating and lifestyle and professional help and having like structure. I just try to do more of it. And I tell someone, actually, that's the first thing I say. I communicate. I communicate to you guys on this channel. I straight up say that I'm scared and that I need help, and that I'm hurting. I don't keep it to myself. I need more time to think about that one more thoroughly, though. Craig Candor, ever heard of depressive realism? It's the idea that mildly depressed people actually perceive reality more accurately than not so depressed people. I've never heard of that, but that makes perfect sense to me. I kind of liken that to, people that are ignorance is bliss. That's what I'm trying to say. That to me sounds like the ignorance is bliss, concept, but just worded differently. So sometimes I legitimately wish that I could go back to when I knew less. Artistic amnesia. Noah, you're a champ for taking all these questions. I appreciate it. And I guess everyone here does too. Just had to throw that out there. Hey, no, I'm not a champ. I'm not a champ. I'm just one of the herd, but I'm so glad you guys are here. And I'm really appreciative of that. It's a really nice thing to say. But I feel like $1 million talking with you guys. And this is so much, I like this so much more than recording videos because I get live feedback and we get to just, this fucking is awesome. This is fucking awesome, man. Extreme living, just injected test sip mix with 3/8 mix with a 3/8 inch 30 gauge insulin needle into my left shoulder. That's a hella tiny needle. How did that feel? How long did that take to plunge? That would be my question to you. I'm on TRT also, by the way. Hey, good for you. I hope it's going well. I have never thought of injecting with such a small needle. Are you sub-Q? No, left shoulder. No, you'd probably be intramuscular. Well, hey, if that works for you, some people give me flack for injecting with the 25 gauge because it really does take a minute to plunge, but it's just such a small needle that it doesn't hurt that bad. So by that logic, your needle would hurt even less. Kierkegaard, peace out, Noah. I think you should do a live Q&A at least once a month. Good change of pace. Hope your channel keeps growing. I hope so too, and I hope I'm worthy of your time and your support long term. But thank you. I think it's a great idea. I love this. This is really fun. I'm definitely going to do a live Q&A at least once a month. And please take good care of yourself, Kierkegaard. I'm glad you stopped by. Thanks, man. De La Soul, how was your nutrition before and after your depression? Do you think nutrition plays a role in your mental health? Okay. I feel like, in my own experience, I feel like in theory and in everything I'm understanding, of course, nutrition plays a role in mental health. I've been wanting to figure out a way to make a video about this because lately I've just been spinning about diet and depression, diet and mood disorders, diet and mental health. But shit, I don't know how to say this other than I've been kind of eating like shit for the last 4 or 5 weeks, and it's like the best 4 or 5 weeks I've had mental health wise. Now, could it be better? So I wonder, but I was like eating incredibly clean, incredibly healthy for like 12 weeks, and I could not level my mood off almost at all for the entire 12 weeks. So at the same time, I've also eaten like shit in the past and felt extremely bad. I've got some escapism going on in my eating habits at night, which is something I still am determined to figure out because I'm not going to settle for binge eating, added sugar, and gluttony. But I feel like, yes, Jesus, that's a tough question. And I get frazzled with that question because I obsess over that question all the time. I think it's important. I think it makes a difference. I just can't for the life of me figure out. I just don't get it. I just don't understand enough. Fuck, that question screws my head. That screws my head. But I do think we all need to try to control what we can, and I really believe that. So diet is something we can control. Clearly eating a diet with less added sugar, less processed foods, more healthy, dark leafy greens, less added sugar in general, is going to have good mental health implications. It's proven. I just have like these stretches like I'm on, like I said, and I'm psycho battling hard right now where I do better when I eat like crap, and it just confuses me. But in the old way, extreme living was super quick and unbelievably painful. Oh, okay, dope. That's awesome. Snowflake Angel, I also go to a counselor, and that is how I found out I have all those other issues. Okay. Well, knowing is half the battle, right? And is it wrong of me to not want to go on meds again for them? As in 2 years, 9 months, Hakeem. No, it's not wrong of you. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to that question. I think that's just your preferences, and if you can find peace and stability without going on meds, then you should. But just maybe stay in touch with your healthcare provider. Then you have for 20. Hi Noah, do you believe in no FAP to raise testosterone, or is no? I have no idea. I have no idea of no fapping. I don't know. I'm curious. I just don't know enough about it. I will look into it, and I will figure out a way to relay that back. Snowflake Angel, I want to blame my weight again because of the medications. As I stated, that last one, venlafaxine, I think, messed with my heart big time. I'm sorry. So I'm having trouble reading. I'm sorry. So am I wrong for not wanting any more meds for these issues? Like I said, you're not wrong. It's just a personal preference thing. I'm one of those people that if I can stay off psych meds, I'd like to, but I just don't think it's a sign of weakness to be on them. I think they can help some people. What's your opinion on Eric Lillybridge and those guys? I think they're unbelievably powerful. Their programming is amazing, and I would really love to know what they're taking. Unthinkable strength, though. But I want to know what they're taking and how often. Savage 1032. What's your Extreme Living? Oh, stop. I'm under 6% body fat right now, so it still went intramuscular. However, I'm seeing massive studies now that are all showing sub-Q to be as good, if not better, than intramuscular level. Yeah, I believe that. I've heard that too. That's awesome. As before I go on all these meds and finding out I have fibro, and I've been on so many. Am I still withdrawing? Any advice on how to deal? I mean, my advice on how to deal with it's sort of all universal advice, you know. Just keep reaching out for support, keep fighting. Check out healingfromdepression.com and be open with your provider. The withdrawals I'm on week 3. Withdrawals can last unthinkable amounts of time. I do have an opinion on that because when I first got severely depressed or became severely depressed, a lot of it was due to a paradoxical reaction to a medication. So I took something and then I got severely depressed, and it took, depending on the half-life of the medication, it can take a long time for it to fully come out of the body, and it can take a long time for your body to re-kick-start itself, for lack of better words and a lack of better understanding. You know, you hear people say in the 12-step programs, like, I'm sober from alcohol, right? And you hear people say that once they quit drinking, it can take a year or two to feel normal. Like, after the first month of detoxing, withdrawing, their body is pissed off at all the dopamine flood that their brain has sustained for so long based on the trigger of drinking. So they come off alcohol, and what do you know? They feel like shit for a long time, And so I just think a lot of medications are that way. Whew. Sue Tenshi, from your eating habits, try looking at it this way. Depression starts when your dreams don't match your blueprint. If you value eating tasty, crappy food and you're happier, more the power to you. Respect that outlook. That's actually kind of deep. Rob S. Derealization for me is actually pretty much gone, dope. Just DP, and it's still pretty strong, but up and down. The only thing I can't seem to really get over is the whole not feeling like you're the one who's controlling your body. Yeah, oh, God. I just reading that frazzles me because I relate to it, and I'm with you. That never gets easier, but I do think it gets better. More importantly, Misu Tenshi, if you value eating healthy and you're stressed, crappy food, of course, that's going to be the switch. If you can learn to believe. Yes, the power of the mind. I feel like that's a tougher concept to put into consistent play, but that's beautiful. I love it. Rob S., one who is controlling your body, right? Yeah. Brian Tino, how's the lower dosage of testosterone doing for you? I just released a video today on that. Do you feel a major difference besides the lifted mood? Any physical changes? No physical changes. Maybe you saw that video. No physical changes that I can really tell, but I'm feeling better. Then you have what's on your haha cool. Smoogle 510. About to get my first tat tomorrow. Good for you. Really excited and kind of anxious. Share your first tat story. I hate, actually, you know what? F that. My first tat story is all right. I got a tattoo on my back. I'm super hairy right now, so this is going to be like nar for some people. But you see that? Oh, dude, that's all you get. That's all you get. I need to have my back buzzed. It's so gross. That's one thing TRT did. It turned me into a fucking animal. But I was in Mexico with my mom, and I just was one of those kids that desperately wanted a tattoo my whole life. I just thought what they symbolized was the epitome of cool. And so we went to a mall in Mexico. I was 17. I fudged my age. They didn't give a shit as long as you had the money. And I got my tattoo. And it's a sun with a moon in it, and then a cross. And it's actually the top part of a crest that's correlated with my Mexican history because I'm half Mexican. Good luck getting your first tat. That's hella exciting. I hope you thought long and hard about what it is because it's going to be there forever. Denise M. It's known that working out really helps with depression, but I'm really tired all the time, so I have difficulty actually doing it. Do you have any tips? Struggle with that a lot. I appreciate it. I might suggest that you don't have any hormone imbalances, anywhere from, just make sure you don't have, I'll leave it at that. Get blood work done. Make sure you don't have any hormone imbalances. If your thyroid's out of whack, for example, that can affect that. Another thing is that when I eat better, I have more energy to work out. When I eat and sleep better, I have much more intensity, enthusiasm, and focus. When I eat and sleep worse, it goes the other direction. Now, I'm not assuming that's what's going on with you, but maybe that gives you something to think about. I have to pee so bad. Like, I have to pee. I'm going to be right back. I don't know what else to say, but I'm going to be hella quick. And if you're down to wait, I'm so glad you're here. And I'm going to keep going through these questions because this is badass, but I'm going to pee my pants. So 1 second. I was like imagining coming back and seeing like 2 viewers left. People just being like, peace. Thank you for waiting, and for those that did. Do you have a weird hobby? I really like playing Clash of Clans. So is that a weird hobby? De La Soul. It must be tiring to answer all these questions, but thank you so much. Ask us some questions. I could ask questions when there's just a few of you, and it's not like there's that many. There's like 32 viewers right now, but I'm not sure I could process the responses right now. But I would like to be able to ask you questions. I'm going to have to figure out a reasonable way to do that. And it's not tiring. It's like stimulating though. Answering questions is stimulating. I feel like I'm like having a bit of a natural high. Does that sound right? Maybe. Connor Sage. Oh shit, it keeps like updating my questions, and so they drop on me and I have to go find them. Part 1, okay. It's weird. I'm currently on sick leave from university until September due to recent operations on my back, and my eating and sleeping habits are awfully inconsistent. However, I have been as happy as I am currently, living back home with my mom and 2 family cats. Also hideous binge eating sprees. I hear you there, with junk food and a lot of Coca-Cola. Me too, dog. I love Coca-Cola. Why is unhealthy food so damn tasty and makes me feel happier compared to eating decently? You know, I think it's just short-term relief and pleasure. It's just like many drugs and alcohol. It triggers dopamine in the brain. It's a reward system, a pleasure system, and it's quick. You don't have to work hard for it. You just have to open your mouth and eat. So I'm really trapped by those comforts as well right now. It's why I've crept up to like 229 again. I feel so much shame on this channel because I was so good for so long, and then I started comfort eating and just feel so good. But it also makes you feel like shit because it affects motivation. It affects the gym. It can affect sleep quality, weight. So it's a tough one. I'm just praying to get back on track myself. I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. You guys have been nice to me about it. Savage 1032. I've been blasting Test E plus Tren and Dynabol, which those go together. Okay, 3 together in high dose will make you a monster. Yeah, I imagine it would. Imagine it would, dude. Be safe. I appreciate your honesty. I wish I could see like a before and after picture. Alex G. Hey man, keep up the videos. I had no idea what was wrong with me or what to do with myself. I went down a dark path, and you really did save me. Couldn't be better after going to the doctor. That's awesome, dude. You're saving me every day by supporting this channel. And I'm really happy for you. That's great. Mike Canny, and thank you for the kind words. Is there a difference between bioidentical test, i.e. pellets versus test sip? Doc is hesitant to prescribe injections. I don't know, dude. Do your homework, do your research. I do it for you, but I just, at the moment, but I just feel like I want to try to keep up with the questions. I'm sorry I can't answer that one. I'm not sure. Snowflake Angel, sorry that I tend to repeat myself. No, it's okay. Don't be sorry. I'm glad you're here. TMC 14121, Noah Cavaliers or Golden State Warriors? Who you got? I got the Golden State Warriors, and in my mind, I'm like, it's got to be them. But I'm low-key worried that LeBron's experience and his general, like, I am the greatest player of this era-ness is going to come into play, and we might see some jitters from the Warriors who have never been there. Their history in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, is a little bit of progress, unfamiliar territory, loss. A little bit of more progress, unfamiliar territory, loss. But Steph Curry is playing out of his mind. He's in a really good place. I feel like LeBron's got his hands full. But what he's done with the group he's had, the castaways from New York, a pretty unrecognized center in Mozgov, James Jones making reliable contributions, blows my mind. And I'm not necessarily a fan, but I'm certainly not a hater of LeBron. So I think he's amazing as a basketball player. I just want a good series, but I hope the Warriors squeak it out. Brian Tino, for a 5-foot-tall guy, I only take 0.8. Okay, I have 200 mgs every 2 weeks, but I know everyone's body reacts differently to different dosages of testosterone if they're on TRT. That's true. In my head, I'd be like, man, that must be a low dose. But if it's working for you, that's all that matters. Matster, is depression hereditary? Because I've never felt depressed. Yes, depression is not exclusively hereditary, but absolutely. If your mom and dad struggle with mood disorders, your likelihood, of course, will be much greater than coming from two parents that don't have any, which doesn't guarantee anything either way. And good for you if you've never been depressed. Do you hear my voice crack? I'm so excited for you. It's awesome. How long have I been? Whoa, bro. I've been live streaming for almost an hour and a half. Oh, so okay. If I seem like more frazzled, or if I'm not making as much sense, it's because I've been running my mouth for an hour and a half without pause. Just stopping through. Josh Adams, hey, thank you for stopping through, bro. I appreciate it. Prince David, sup, guys? What's up, player? Fabian Ruiz, 5-minute intermission. I know, right? I need to go stretch my legs. Smoogle 510, that's a lot of pee. Seriously. Extreme living. A Bigfoot came in the door to write while you were gone and mooned us. Dude, if that fucking Sasquatch keeps bullshitting with my gear, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him. That's where if I were editing this, I would cut right there and go back to when I was talking. Prince David. At Matster, some people can be more susceptible. Good. Yes, communicate to each other. It's beautiful. I love it. Matt Henderson, hey, I have watched you for a good while. I've been depressed for a long time. I am deeper in the shit than I've ever been. I'm so sorry. Incredibly difficult time, so keep talking. I'll keep listening. Keep reaching out, Matt. Keep reaching out. I will never stop being here, and I'll never stop believing in your wellness. I'm really sorry you're suffering, and I hope that you are reaching out for support in your local community and you're trying to keep trying because it gets better. And damn, that just makes me sad to read that, man. Sue Tenshi, so Noah, starting up your channel till now, what are the positives you would take for starting YouTube from when you had no subs till now that you have a viewer count? And what are the dislikes? Okay, I think I'm understanding you. The positives now, let me read that again. What are the positives you would take for starting YouTube from when you had no subs till now, and now that you have a viewer account? And what are the dislikes? There's nothing to dislike. There's nothing really to dislike. I think for me, mostly anytime. All right. I can calm down here. I can calmly formulate a sentence. The positives are that I get people reaching out all around the world, which is crazy to me. Crazy. Like, I don't know if any of you are YouTubers, because I know I have a few people that have channels that are pretty big, bigger than mine, follow. So I don't know if you're watching. I doubt it because I didn't plan this, and I'm a pretty small channel. But it's pretty crazy to make a video and see it get 1,000, 2,000 views, and then look to see where those views are from. And you have people watching your videos from the United States to Beijing to Zimbabwe, Africa, you know? And so when you think about that, and you can think that you're just sharing your experience, or at least in my channel, you know, I'm mostly sharing my experience. I try to offer some insight when I can, and then I try to be honest, you know. It's just crazy. That's a really crazy, cool thing. Now, the only negative I can honestly say, and I'm not ashamed to admit this, it is what it is, and I'm working on it, is that I obsess about my YouTube channel too much. And I think I worry about what I'm going to say. What content should I make? Should I have a schedule? Should I not have a schedule? Am I going to keep growing? You know, how can I be better? I think sometimes I lose sight of what's most important, which is just trying to be honest about my experience in this life with the things that I deal with, and then see if I can help someone. You know, I think that's all that really matters. That's all that mattered to me when I started. So the only bad thing is that sometimes I get a little too self-involved, and I don't mean to, and I'm really conscientious of it. And I forget that even if only 10 people were ever watching, those 10 people matter. And I'd be really glad that they were there. So if I ever have 100,000, I want to treat those 100K like I did 10. Does that make sense? That sound hokey? Extreme living. What part of the country are you in? West Coast, Portland, Oregon. Fabian Ruiz, how many trolls have face on your channel? Hope none. I mean, I get trolls here and there, mostly on those bigger videos where I talk about my testosterone replacement therapy. I get a lot of people thinking that I'm full of shit. I don't have low testosterone, and then I'm just doing it to build muscle and stuff like that. Or they'll comment that I'm not that big or not that strong. I just get TRT trolls, not so much mood disorder. I get guys that don't buy the TRT thing, but I'm used to it, and most people are really nice. Medine Mondo, how long have you been trying to figure out a correct dosage for TRT? Since I started. You know, I did pretty well in many respects on 200 every week, but I clearly am doing better being on 180. I just wish I'd had the gumption to try sooner to lower my dose. So I guess like 3 years. TMC, valid points. I got Golden State Warriors too. Dope. We'll see what happens. Denise M, sorry for asking so many questions. Never be sorry. You're the lifeblood of this whole thing. Like, without you reaching out and asking questions, what am I doing here? I'm just lucky that you guys are here asking questions. But my DPDR started when I took fluoxetine for depression, but didn't go away when I stopped. That's normal. I mean, the paradoxical reaction happens, but the stopping does not necessarily mean that whatever was going wrong will just be gone. I learned that the hard way. Stopped taking it. So my psych says that it can't have something to do with it. That's not true, because even a year later, it's still there, but I never had it before starting taking fluoxetine. Could a side effect really last so long or even be permanent? I don't ever want to believe that it's going to be permanent. I can't go there, and you shouldn't go there either. You know, you're talking about something that directly relates to me, because the whole reason this channel exists is because I took a medication called VIVITROL, and I had exactly what you're talking about, a completely paradoxical reaction, meaning I did not respond to it like I was supposed to. I became severely depersonalized, severely depressed, severely anxious, and suicidal. And I would honestly argue that up until just this last year, I hadn't experienced anything familiar to my old life prior. So we're looking at 2 or 3 years of symptoms directly from that experience. It's not that simple, but I hope that's of some value to you. And the most important thing would be to realize or remember that I'm doing better now. I'm doing better now. And you just have to hang in there and don't do anything to make it worse, to the best of your knowledge. Matt Henderson, you may have mentioned this in the past. I'm at a stage where I can't answer the phone these days. Never a problem before. Lost a lot of friends. I hear that. Experienced that isolation and low self-esteem at all? Yes, of course I experienced that isolation and low self-esteem. You know, everyone does. Everyone does to some capacity, some more than others when you're going through it. I definitely, when I was at my worst, I think I just wanted my friends to understand just how severe I was. I just wanted them to get it, you know, even when there was just no prayer they could ever understand. Because let's face it, boys and, I feel weird saying boys and girls, guys and gals, unless you, how about this? If you had never gone through whatever your greatest life struggle has been, would you ever truly understand it? You know what I mean? Could you truly empathize and sympathize? Now, some people are better people than other people by nature. And I mean better as in nicer and more compassionate. But something is misunderstood even today as severe depression and anxiety. I mean, come on. Like, how many of you really understood just how bad it could get? So to go back to your question, you know, with losing friends and feeling disconnected from people, that's normal. It's like almost like when you're more depressed is when you need to reach out the most to try to educate, and then they can then try to help you. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it's completely normal. And I have learned more about how little people know about depression now than I ever have before. And I try to educate as many people in my life that care to listen, that care about me, and that know about my situation. And then they're so much better about supporting me. And I try to be better about supporting them. Prince David, what do you do if you're having a tough emotional time at work? Shiza, why does it keep doing that? Sometimes depression hits me in waves, and it's really tough when you're on the job. Shoot, I try to check that at the door if I can. I totally have experienced that a million times, and I just try to stay extra focused on my work. There's no great answer for that. You get through it. You know, and I can just tell you through my experience that those waves are less intense over time. And it's easier to be at work. But when I first went back to work after having to stop because of my depression, I mean, I couldn't believe I was even there and working, you know, and I don't think I hit it as well. But you fake it till you make it. And work can be a really valuable distraction. I wish I had a better answer for you, though. Marcus the Grand, I'm going to see an HRT expert soon. Is there anything specific I should ask him? Something you wished you had asked at first? That is a really good question. Oh, is there anything specific I should ask him? I mean, man, I don't know. I have every reason to have an answer for you, and you should ask him the pros and cons of the different treatments and what that's all about. You should make sure you have a clear understanding of the body's how testosterone affects other hormones and what you plan to do about that, what to look out for, potential sides. I think you should have a really well-established timeline for what affects what and how long that's going to take. I think you should know all the potential side effects and risks and what to look out for there. I think you should, man, I need more time. I need more time. It's a really good question. But keep digging for questions so you can get good answers. And I wish you could just come share them on the channel. That's an awesome question. I'm stupefied. I'm still thinking about it. Extreme living. You should do more of these. Good stuff. Past my old man bedtime, though, gotta run. Have a great one. You too, and thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Mattster, I'm 21 and I started only lifting seriously for about 1 year, and I want to compete. Good for you. You think it would be wise to do a cycle or two to catch up to the competitive numbers? Is this needed because I started late? I don't think that would be wise. I don't think that would be wise at all. I think you should 100% maximize and peak out your natural potential before you even remotely consider supplementing and enhancing. It is one of those roads that you can rarely uncross. You know, you cannot come back from going down that road. And Mark Lobliner from tigerfitness.com, he says that, and I totally agree with this. I'm not going to quote him verbatim, but he says that young people who've only lived it for a year, you know, you have no reason to go down that road because there's so much growth yet to be had, you know, and the longer and the slower you earn it, the easier it is to keep it. And the biggest risk is that you're going to lose your love for training without it. You know, once you go down that road, you'll never, ever feel as fulfilled and satisfied lifting on your own. And you're young. Your career of lifting is fresh. And what if when you started, you never felt that satisfaction again without it? And you're going to want more, and you're going to go bigger, and you're going to take more risks. And it's just going to be one of those slippery slopes that you can't undo. And then once you quit, unless you're planning on staying on low dose forever and really effective PCTs and then cruise and blast, you'll lose everything you gained anyway, mostly. You know, it's why bother? Now, if you lift like crazy, you learn how to train properly, you educate yourself, you learn how to eat the right way to be cohesive for muscle building, and you do this for 10 years and you're in your early 30s, there is so much time in your 30s to still run cycles and take it to that next place if you want to. But I would just be proud of being natural right now at your age and just be hungry to learn and grow as much as you possibly can. That being said, I wouldn't judge you. It's just not what I would recommend doing. Alex Richmond, are you taking any antipsychotics? I'm on some for really bad DP, but it's been treatment resistant. I am not currently taking any antipsychotics. I did at one point, but that was prior to really understanding what I was going through. So I couldn't really say what effect it had on me. But good luck, man. Savage 1032, Matt, you should live seriously for 4 years at least before going to the dark side, because I doubt you will only do one cycle. Yep. William Key, hey, bro, you're a true inspiration. Keep up the good work. It's really nice of you to say, William. I don't feel like I'm an inspiration. I just feel like I'm a dude who's here talking about his life and wants to connect with other dudes and other chicas and just be together and support each other. But thank you. Someone told me stop being a dick when someone offers you a compliment and just say thank you. So thank you. Michael Baffa, I just began TRT 2 weeks ago. Still kind of feel like shit. That's normal. I've noticed sexual and physical improvements. That's normal. How long until you notice significant positive changes psychologically? This is the most common question I get on this channel, bar none. And I will continue to answer it. I'll continue to answer it in about 6 weeks. 6 weeks is pretty normal. However, you're going to have some outliers. Some people are going to respond really quick. Other people like me are going to start noticing more mood issues, not mood issues, but more mood relief 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And then I expect if you find the right dosage, right regimen, you get everything in balance, you'll feel better on week 3 than you did on week 2, better on week 4, or month 3 than month 2, month 4 than month 3, so on and so forth. So just be as patient as you can, but you sound like you're right on track. Matster, Savage, I've been living 5 years. Jake Arsenault. Is YouTube your full-time job? I wish YouTube was my full-time job, but no, it is not my full-time job. It does supplement my income. I do run 2 channels seriously, and I have a third one that I haven't really done anything with for a long time. No, I make part-time income from YouTube though. And if I can find a way to have content that is just worth it, really worth it. And I believe my stuff's worth it, but I mean, like, if I can find a formula for success long-term with this channel and do this full-time, I would love to. I'm not ashamed to admit that, but no, not right now. Hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years, if I'm blessed enough and I work hard enough. Prince David, it's good. Thanks for the advice. You're definitely an inspiration to a lot of us, as you guys are to me. Medine Mondo, Michael Babbitt took it personally about 4 weeks to feel improvements. I was on Andrew. Thank you. Yeah, 4 weeks to feel improvement. To that other question about how long it takes. Savage 1032. Well, I think your numbers could be way better as natural. Eat a shitload of food and stay consistent. Yes, see, you struck a chord. A lot of people want to comment on that. Arthur Renee, DP and lucid dreaming. I had severe, unpleasant lucid dreams every night after becoming depersonalized. I would wake up feeling not well rested. Have you experienced this in your early battle with DP? Yes. Yes. I can't tell you how many times I woke up feeling exhausted and tired and as if I had not slept a minute. It sucks. Very, very normal, but horrible. Probably right, but I'm going to... Okay, you guys are communicating. That's good. De La Soul, thanks for your time and answering our questions. Of course, hope you have more live Q&As and have a great evening. You too, De La Soul from Seoul, Korea. Take good care of yourself. And thank you. I think I'm going to wrap this up at 7:30, guys. I can't believe how long I've been doing this. This has been really fun. We're almost coming up on 2 hours of doing this live event. There's 30 viewers here, and thank you to all 30 of you for being here. So if you have any other things you want to say in the last 9 minutes here, please do. And thank you. Thank you for being here. We'll do this shit more often. Artistic amnesia. I think given time to think about it, you can make very useful video on what are some questions you should be asking your doctor. Yeah, I'm going to write that one down. What are some questions you should be asking your doctor? I'll put that on my notepad here, on my computer. Those are great under video ideas. It's a really effing good one. What are some questions you should be asking your doctor? Maybe one on what to ask when you're about to start, and one on what to ask your doctor once you're on it. Great ideas. What questions? Making notes. What questions to ask your doctor once you are on TRT. Before starting to. Woo! Perhaps your doctor would join you again on camera. So just great thought. Don't worry about the iPhone typos, bro. You're good. Or you're gotta be a guy. You're good. Sorry, I artistic amnesia. I was like, oh, that's I don't know, that's male or female. Andrew Sweeting, what up, Noah? What's good, dude? Welcome to the tail end of the live Q&A. Marcus the Grand, thanks, of course. BC Tenchi, have a good night, Noah, and best of luck. Thank you. Good night to you too. Appreciate you being here. Master, why is Portland, Oregon so weird? I don't know, bro. I think we're just loaded up with hipsters here. Is it? Ooh, my dogs were just fighting. Is it weird? I've never really traveled enough to like have a good sense of it. It's always seemed normal to me, but I don't know, dude. We have voodoo donuts and a lot of people that I don't know. I don't know. Snows Angel. I was doing so before I was put on meds. I was put on hydros for fibro and was on them 17 months and did not realize. Where did you go? And I realized that they can cause depression. Last 110 for any sense. Hang in there. Connor Sage, would you ever dress up as Zangief for Halloween? Dude. Yes. And I think I'm going to do that next year. Smoogle510, any experiences with heart palpitations? Those kind of kick-started my panic attacks. I imagine they did. And drove me into my anxiety disorder. And come to NYC, yo. Hey, if I come to NYC, I'll hit you up. You can show me around. I know I've never had any experience with heart palpitations. I know people that have. There's this girl at work who shall remain anonymous, but she had heart palpitations, and it basically instantly kicked her into an anxiety disorder. So, and understandably so. Jake Arsenaut, I haven't watched one of your videos in a while. I first found you when I was looking for help about DR, and I stopped watching after. But this stream is awesome. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate that. I just know that if my content ever just seems boring or whatever, I'm always thinking about how to make it better and what I can do to make it worthwhile, because it's only like so many ways you can talk about mood disorders. My life's not like that interesting. So I'm like, what do I share? What do I not share? But I really have enjoyed this live Q&A, and I appreciate the positive reinforcement, truly. Andrew Sweeting, I know I kind of push this a lot. Also, side note, I am from Bellingham, Washington. Okay, raised near Seattle. You're not too far. But have you heard about any of the studies about benefits of plant-based diet? I know that we all need to be eating more dark leafy greens. The phyto and micronutrients are positive. They have positive health implications, mind and body. I know that. But I need to learn and continue to expand my mind more. I have a book that I want to read so bad. Where is it? Here it is. This is a book that is it backwards for you guys or is it right side up for you guys? The Anti-Anxiety Food Solution by Trudy Scott. If I stop being a dick, I'm going to finish reading this and start putting what I've learned into action, because there's just so much to learn. And I'm resting on my laurels sometimes. Elucid M's, I can honestly say that you, sir, have saved my life on multiple occasions with when you feel like you can't go on video. Every time I feel down and like I can make it, like I probably can't make it, I watch that and it saves me. I'm so glad. And I trust that you trust I'm being sincere when I say I care about you, and I care about all of us, I want all of us to overcome what we're going through. I don't want anyone to get lost in the fray. If that video connected with you, then that warms me to the core, and I'm so glad. So glad. Snowflake Angel, so nice. Then I have been on nothing for my fibro. Good. It sucks, but I was having bad side effects after that long on them, I'm sure. Also, have you heard of anyone with panic and anxiety attacks feel a full body? I'm not entirely sure what the question is, or I don't really understand the question, but a panic attack definitely can overtake your whole body, if that's what you mean. Voodoo donuts are the shiz. They really are. Like, I'm obsessed with voodoo donuts. I could just become a big puffy fat marshmallow all night, all day, forever eating voodoo donuts. My Achilles heel. 2 more minutes. Burning sensation in the whole body. I got it so bad and it freaked me out when it first happened, end of June last year. So long. I'm sorry about your suffering. You're being really open and honest. That's brave of you. Javon Nicole, I saw on TED Talks that antidepressants are placebos with side effects. Any thoughts? I've heard that too. I don't really know specifically. I don't know. I know the brain is really powerful and it can create things that aren't there. I also know that there are legitimate side effects to those psych meds. That's an intense question. William Key, Portland and autism have this really weird yet cool vibe. In Austin, not Portland and autism. Portland and Austin have this really. I've heard people say that about Austin, Texas. I knew someone in high school named William Key, by the way. Yeah, I love Portland, and I should go visit Austin someday. Thanks for all, Noah. I'm honored to be here on this once in a life event. No, yeah, right. No, I'll do more of these. We're just kicking it. I'm glad you're here, or you were here if you're out of here already. Thank you for being here, Fabian. Michael Baffa, you need to do lifting sessions with subscribers. I did one with a subscriber. My man Gustavo. I would love to lift and meet with more of my subscribers under that sort of context. Lifting. I just think it's such a cool way to bond. 03112013. Thanks, Noah. I appreciate your honesty in your vids. I really enjoyed the humor and your first self-injecting vid. Hilarious. Yeah, that shit was crazy, huh? Thank you. I appreciate your nice comment. Future possible bi-weekly live Q&A. Yeah, I feel like from Matt Stern, I feel like I should for sure do that, right? Like, this is hella fun. And this will be on the channel too, which is another thing that's kind of cool. Like, we can do it live together. And then if anyone missed it, if they want to, they want to watch, that's dope. 03112013. That must be a birthday or something, yeah? March 11th, 2013, or the birthday of a child. Did you lose a lot of mass during your cut? No, I don't think so. I don't think I lost a lot of mass. I lost some. I lost more mass over the last 6 weeks because I haven't really been able to lift because I had a lower back injury, which I'm still nursing, and a chest issue. But I feel like I looked a lot bigger the more on my cut I was. Denise M., you made me feel like I wasn't alone with my DRDP, and your videos really helped my recovery. I just want to thank you so much for everything you do. Have a nice night. You have a nice night too, Denise. And like I keep saying, and like I will always say to anyone that's kind to me, thank you right back with equal love and respect. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life to whatever capacity. Thank you. Jake Arsenal, it's not that it's boring. It's just I have no knowledge of all this testosterone stuff, so I mainly ignore them. But I'll probably watch them now just because. Hey, dude, just watch whatever you want. If you tune in once every 6 months, I'll be grateful that you did, and especially if you reached out. I'm trying to be as good as I can about responding to every comment. So I'm just glad you're here for whenever you want to be here, dude. Seriously, Matt Henderson, I know you have been through the can't even get out of bed low. I'm a teacher and summer just started. What's FUBAR right now? During the lowest times. FUBAR. How'd you get up, bro? No desire. I hate that. Obviously that's an acronym, but I don't know what it stands for. Come back. How did you get up? The morning thing, the getting out of bed thing, I just made it like a steadfast rule. I didn't leave choice. There was no choice. How about that? That sounds overly simplistic. I had a structured routine that I forced myself to stick to no matter how I felt. So, for example, there is no staying in bed. That's not an option. That's not a choice. The alarm goes off. I've got 60 seconds, and then I'm up. And then I hit the floor, and I say a prayer. Don't be intimidated if you're not into that shit. I'm just praying to the universe. But I say a prayer, and I ask for a good day, a positive day, and not to be lost, you know, in my condition, right? And then make my bed, and I go to the bathroom. I just have a routine, and I stick to it. I stick to it because mornings can be so difficult, and I've often found that the longer I lay there, the worse I feel troubled. The more I feel troubled, the more anxiety I have, the more poor thoughts I start to buy into. Need to make a video on that because I'm not formulating my words very well right now. I'm a little bit like, I think I'm pleasantly frazzled by this live event. It's been so much fun. I've just answered so many questions that I'm starting to feel a little bit like, just like that. Just making a note, fellas and ladies. Deal with mornings. Someone just knocked on the door? Bro, hold on, guys. I feel like someone just knocked on my door. BRB. Tripping. Nope. Negative. Where are we? Okay, I gotta wrap this up. So I'm going to start from the bottom, and we'll finish with Connor Sage on the Cuddles from England. So Matster, any must-read books? And then anyone that's watching, thank you for watching. I will do an announcement, or I'll post something saying a Q&A, live Q&A or whatever this is, this little Kega session. I'll be a little more open about when that's going to happen, but I just want everyone to know who's watching. Thank you for being here. If you haven't heard me say it enough, and we'll finish it with Javon and work our way up. Javon Nicole, meds versus illness. Are you more on one side than the other? This is really dependent on a lot of things, but any answer is good. Meds versus illness? Shoot, I don't even know that I understand the context of that question. Are you on more one side or the other? Meds versus illness. I feel like that's like a trick question. I don't know. I feel like some meds are appropriate for some illnesses, but most illnesses I feel like can be mostly resolved without meds, just proper action and natural approaches. Cool painting, thank you. Oh shoot, show us your tats. Okay, Matster, any must-read books? I feel like this book is a must-read book. This is the Anti-Anxiety Food Solution with Trudy Scott. I also think that everybody, where is it? I'm going to get it. Everybody going through any kind of mood disorder, period, should read Healing from Depression. Douglas Block, it has his personal testimony and story, and it also just has a very wonderfully put together plan for mood disorder recovery. For funsies books, I read the original Rambo, and I thought that was a good time. I'm also a Harry Potter geek. That was a good time. Life of Pi, good stuff. And that's all I got for right now. I need to read more. Artistic amnesia, FUBAR, fucked up beyond all recognition. Got it. Fed up beyond all recognition. I love that. I'm going to use that. Thank you for letting me know. On my old channel, 55 subs. So if anyone wants to sub, feel free. Can't edit videos, so I'm not that smart on the videos. Bless you all. Know you're very sweet. You're very sweet too. Thank you for being here. Alex G, what's your best opinion on isolating your biceps? Love you, Noah. Love you too. And isolating biceps, I think the best idea for isolating biceps is to not recruit other muscles. And so it's really important to find angles and positions where only your bicep can do the work. So I really like the crucifix, cable bicep curls, aiming for behind the ear, lots of supination work. And then basic dumbbell work works really well so long as you don't lift, as long as you don't raise your front delt and engage it. So if you can just try to aim your pinky to your outer deltoid and keep the motion just like that and controlled. This is the top, not like this. Basically any movement can be good so long as you have proper concentration on the muscle. Does that make sense? I'm one of those guys that just believes contractions are far more important than specific movement. Can you achieve a proper contraction, and feel it out. Like try to like when you're doing the movement, don't arbitrarily move the weight, feel the weight, feel it, squeeze. Buddha. Loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. Holy crap. That was deep. And I loved it. Stuffing Angel, you get the award for the most active participant here. You've been on for a long time. Thanks for chatting with all of us. Thank you for being here. I found you from your dad's channel. And man, you look so much like my younger brother. By the way, I only have 8 subs on my channel. I suck at YouTube. You just keep practicing, keep going. Whoa. Wait, William Key? Like that's my buddy from middle school? I'm packed to head back stateside now. Wow. Dude, that's awesome. Okay. So William Key, dude, okay. I have to tell you guys a story about William Key and I. We had, I think we called it in middle school, lunch bunch back at West Sylvan Middle School. Really good to hear from you and good to see you. I mean, we're Facebook friends. I just didn't know you knew anything about my channel, so that's awesome. But we started a rap group. We started a rap group back in the day. I don't remember what we called ourselves, but we were going to be rappers together. That's badass. Thank you for your service, William, by the way. And it's really cool to see you on here. Connor Sage, cuddles from England. I'm going to go snuggle with the kittens and fall asleep. I hope you have an incredibly good rest, Connor. And to everybody else, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm really sorry if you left me a comment and I haven't gotten to it. I've been on this live event for about 2 hours, so I have some stuff I need to get done before the missus gets home or I'm going to get in trouble. But thank you so much for everyone that was here. This was a really good time. I had fun. I hope you had fun. I hope we all had fun. And I genuinely appreciate your time. We'll do this again. Woo! Man, that was good. That was a good time. I'm going to go ahead and end this. But thank you again. Thank you for leaving questions. Thank you for communicating. This was, I mean, like, I'm really bad at goodbyes, and I don't want to say goodbye. I'd like to do this all night, but I gotta go. So that was dope. We'll do this more often. First live event was a success, and I'm gonna make this awkward for you guys now. Now I'm just gonna make it awkward. I don't know what I'm doing. There's no music, but we're just gonna be awkward until I click the stop. You can get off if it's already getting too awkward for you. Probably is. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll see you guys in the next video. I just need to say goodbye. I suck at saying goodbye. Just know that if I could do this shit all goddamn night, I would. And later, guys.